Alrighty, kids, man, I'm getting a little crazy. Essential skills number 12. Number 12. Let's see, how many have I done today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did 11. We just didn't do 9, and somehow we did 58. All right, so all of these can be found at, that's way too fat, www.nkinfinity.com. Now, if you come over here, and you come over here to NK Infinity, you click on Home, and you click on New York State Teachers, and you click on Review, and you don't see what you want. Like, for example, none of those links are live. All 12 of those links should be live. The only one I don't have done is normal distribution. So they're not live because I haven't put them up yet. But so hit the refresh button, go back, and they will be. They will be. All right, just hit that refresh button, check it out, and they will be alive if they're not. Because sometimes they get stashed in your cache, and don't worry about that. But they get all messed up, so just hit the refresh button. This question came up on a mock final, and my poor kids, who I'm going to crush tomorrow, didn't do so hot on questions like this. So here's what we want to do. Whenever you're going to solve these algebraically, the easiest way to do this is to solve one of these for one of the variables. So in this case, I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to get 3x minus 3 equals y. I brought the 3 over, made it minus. I brought the y over and made it plus. That means y is equal to 3x minus 3. So everywhere I see a y, I can put that. So I end up with 9x squared plus 3x minus 3 squared equals 9. We're going to double distribute that out. 9x squared plus 9x squared minus 9 is minus 18x plus 9 equals 9. Now we're going to set it equal to 0. So, equals 9. So we're going to subtract 9, because this 9 was still over here. So I get 18x squared minus 18x equals 0. Factor out the 18x, and I'm left with x minus 1 equals 0. And I get two answers, x equals 0 and x equals 1. Now, the most common mistake made by kids is, oh my God, I'm so excited, I'm done. No, you're not done. See how that little note right there, right as points? You're not done. You got to find the y values. If I were to plug in 0 here, I would get y equals negative 3. So y equals 3 times 0 minus 3. So y equals negative 3. If I was to plug in 1 into that equation, y equals 3 times 1 minus 3, and I get y equals 0. So my two answers are, and I'm going to write them as points, 0, negative 3. I'm going to write them neatly as points. And 1, 0. Now it says check on your graph. Wow, that's really hard to check this one on your graph. Whenever you have a y squared, that's really hard to check on your graph. I don't even know if you're going to be able to do that. The only way to do that is to... Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that. Yeah, let's not bother. Y squareds are tough ones to check that way. I mean, I guess you could. Let's try it. I don't know how you do it. Let me graph the first one. 3x minus 3. Now the other one, if you solve, how would you even do this? You'd have to go menu, graph. This is really an ellipse. You probably don't even know it. That's not going to work. Let's not bother. All right, let's do this one. Solve this system of equations algebraically. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, before I even try to solve this algebraically, I'm going to get the answers. X equals, Y equals, Z equals. I'm going to type these suckers right into my calculator. So go into calculator mode. And let's go. Menu, algebra, solve a system of equations, solve a system of linear equations. There's actually 3 equations. By the way, to get from this, if you try to hit the down arrow, all it does is going to change that. So hit the tab button, and then click OK. So 3x plus y, oh, I can type it right here. 3x plus y minus 5z equals negative 16. First equation. X plus y minus 2z equals negative 4. And then x plus y plus z equals 2. And there's my answers. X equals negative 3. Y equals 3 and z equals negative 2. So here's how we're going to solve it. We're going to put these two together, and we're just going to get rid of x's. So what I got to do is I got to multiply this second equation by negative 3. So I get 3x plus y minus 5z equals negative 16. And then negative 3x minus 3y plus 6z equals 12. Now by doing that, the x's cancel. And I get negative 2y plus z equals negative 4. Now I'm going to put these two together, and I'm going to multiply this last equation. I'm going to multiply this middle equation now by negative 1, not negative 3. So that one middle one becomes negative x minus y plus 2z equals 4. And the last one is x plus y plus z equals 2. Well, the y's and the z's cancel that case, and I get 3z equals 6, so z equals 2. Ka-ching. I already got that. So now I can plug that one into this equation. Negative 2y plus 2 equals negative 4. Negative 2y equals negative 6, or y equals 3. Ka-ching. Now I'm going to write that last equation, x plus y plus z equals 2. X plus 3 plus 2 equals 2. This is really 5, so subtract 5, and I get x equals negative 3. Ka-ching. Done. Wow, that was nice. I can't really read these, but whatever. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve for x. X equals y plus 8. Okay. So everywhere I see an x, I can put y plus 8. So I'll plug that in. Y plus 8 squared minus y squared equals 14. This is y squared plus 16y plus 64 minus y squared equals 14. The y squareds cancel. So I end up with 16y plus 64 equals 14. I'll subtract 64. I'll subtract 64. I get 16y equals negative 50, or y equals negative 50 over 16. That's ugly as heck. And then I still got to find x. So x, so I'll take negative 50, so I'll take x. X is equal to negative 50 over 16 plus 8. Well, I ain't doing that. Negative 50 divided by 16 plus 8. 39, so x equals 39 over 8. So my answer is 39 over 8, comma, negative 50 over 16. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not right. So let's check this out. Let's store this. Control var x. We'll store that into x. And we'll store this one. We'll store this one into y. And I'm going to type the original, x minus y. X minus y. And we want this to be 8. Well, okay, that's 8. That's good so far. X squared minus y squared. And I think we want this one to be 14. Oh, 14. I guess we're right. All right. Let's try this one. Oh, man. So we got to solve for one of the variables. So I'm going to say 3y equals 4x, or y is equal to 4x over 3. So everywhere I see a y, I'm going to replace it with that. So what I get is x squared plus 4x over 3 squared equals 25. Or x squared plus 16x squared over 9 equals 25. Now that 16 over 9 is a major, major problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this side by 9. I hate fractions, and multiply this side by 9. So I get 9x squared plus 16x squared equals, because the 9's here cancel, equals 225. So this is now 25x squared equals 225. Divide by 25, divide by 25, and I get x squared equals, what is that, 9? Or x equals plus or minus 3. Be careful when you take the square root. Remember, you got to take the square root, and when you take the square root, you got to remember to put a plus or minus. So x is plus or minus 3, and 3y is equal to 4x. So 3y is equal to 4 times 3. So that's y equals 4. So 3 comma 4 is an answer, apparently. And then 3y equals 4 times negative 3. So I get y equals negative 4. Or negative 3, negative 4 is an answer. Now this one I can check graphically, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to graph the first one. Y equals 4/3 x. 4 divided by 3x. And then I'm going to go menu, graph, equation, circle. And 0, 0, 5. Because that's what this is. It's a circle centered at the origin with a radius of 5. Press enter. And there it is. And now I can do menu, analyze graph, intersection. I don't know, menu. I don't know if it's going to do that. Menu, analyze graph, intersection. Oh, first corner. Oh, you got to do it this way. I don't know why it does that. There's 3. And then menu, analyze graph, intersection. I guess you got to do click, click, draw a box. There they are. All right, that was sort of a pain. All right, 3 left, and I'm done for the night. What do we got here? I'm going to solve for y. So y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. I'm going to move that over and that over. I want the y to be positive. So that's y, and it goes in for y. So negative 2x plus 6 equals x minus 4 times x minus 4. Agreed? So this is negative 2x plus 6 equals x squared minus 8x plus 16. Bring everything to the right side, so that's 0 equals x squared minus 6x plus 10. Oh. So I'm going to plug that in. So it's negative 2x plus 6. That's the y part plus 2. So now I get negative 2x plus 8 equals x squared minus 8x plus 16. Now it's going to work out better. 0 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. X minus 2, x minus 4. My two x answers are x equals 2 and x equals 4. I would plug them back into this equation to figure out what the y values are. So y is equal to negative 2 times 2 plus 6, or y is equal to 2. So that point is 2 comma 2. And y is equal to negative 2 times 4 plus 6. And this is y equals, oh, negative 2. So this is 4, negative 2. So those appear to be your answers. I'm going to check this. If I just take this first one and move the 2 over, I can see that that's a parabola. So I'm going to graph that. As much as you can graph everything. If you can graph it, graph it. So parentheses, x minus 4 parentheses squared minus 2, graph. And then the other one was negative 2x plus 6. So tab, negative 2x plus 6. So menu, analyze graph, intersection, click, click. There's 2, 2. And there's the other one, 4, negative 2. All right, they were both there. Done. No rounding, leave. I don't know what this says. Solve this system of equations. Well, all right. So this is y. And this is, so we're just going to set them equal to each other. So 1/4 x minus 3 equals x squared plus 8x plus 12. That 4 is a problem. So I'm going to multiply this side by 4, and I'm going to multiply this side by 4. Anytime I want to get rid of a fraction, that's what I do. So I end up with x minus 12 equals 4x squared plus 32x plus 48. Bring everything to the right side, so I get 0 equals, let's get a darker color, 4x squared plus 31x plus 60. Now we got a factor. Good luck with that. You know what? Since we're using our calculator anyway, we might as well use it for its tools that it provides us. So menu, algebra, solve polytools, find the roots of a polynomial. 4, 31, 4, 31, and 60. Whew. There we go. Negative 4 and negative 15 over 4. So one of them is x equals negative 4. So that means this is going to be x plus 4. And the other answer is x equals negative 15 over 4. So that means this is 4x plus 15. And there you go. But we're not done. We still got to find the y values. So I'm going to plug that back into that first equation. Y equals 1/4 times negative 15 over 4 minus 3. Well, that's terrible. So that's going to be y equals, I have no idea what that is. I'm going to use a calculator. 1 divided by 4. 1 divided by 4 times negative 15 divided by 4. Negative 15 sixteenths. Oh, minus 3. Wait. I don't like the way that is. Control division. 1/4. 1 over 4 times control division, negative 15 over 4 minus 3. I think it's right. Negative 63 sixteenths. So the answer here is negative 15 over 4, comma, negative 63 over 16. What a pain in the neck that is. And then I'm going to do 1 divided by 4 times negative 4 minus 3. That should be nice negative 4. So this one is negative 4, negative 4. All right, final one. Last problem of the night. Before I even attempt this, I'm going to figure out what x equals, what y equals, and what z equals. I'm going to get the answers. So Menu, Algebra, Polytools, solve, oops, nope, excuse me, wrong one. Menu, Algebra, solve a system of equations, solve a system of linear equations. We got 2 equations, you click OK. We got 3 equations. 3x minus 2y plus z equals 2. 5x minus y minus z equals 16. Almost there. X minus 3y plus 2z equals negative 9. Now, they turned out nice, so we're good. 3, 2, negative 3. These look like the last ones. 3, 2, negative 3. Let me make sure I got that. 3, 2, negative 3. Okay. So here's what we got to do. We got to get rid of a letter. It looks like Z is the easiest one to get rid of. So we're going to get rid of these. I can just add. So if I add those, I get 8x minus 3y. The Z's just go, equals 18. Now these two, I can't quite just add. I'm going to have to multiply that equation by 2. So I get 10x minus 2y minus 2z equals 32. X minus 3y plus 2z equals negative 9. Add them together, I get 11x minus 5y. Shoot, I accidentally hit that. These go away. Let's see, 32 minus 9 is 23. So come over here. These are my 2 equations. 11x minus 5y equals 23. Whew, this one looks rough. I'm going to multiply this one by 11 and this one by negative 8. I just like switching them. So 88x minus 33y equals 18 times 11, 198. Yep, 198. Negative 88x plus 40y equals 23 times 8, negative 184. Add them up. I get 7y equals 14, or y equals 2. All that for y equals 2. Ka-ching, y equals 2. Perfect. Now I'm going to plug that back into this equation. So 11x minus 5 times 2 equals 23. Well, 5 times 2 is just 10. So I'm going to add 10. Add 10. I get 11x equals 33, or x equals 3. Ka-ching. Now I'm going to find the most positive equation. Now, the first one's really easy. 3x minus 2y plus z equals 2. So 3 times 3 minus 2 times 2 plus z equals 2. Not negative 2, just 2. So 9 minus 4 plus z equals 2. This is what? 5. 5 plus z equals 2. Subtract 5, I get z equals negative 3. And I'm done. All right, that's essential skill number 12. There's going to be a bunch more, kids. I've got a bunch more coming. Who knows when I'm going to get them up. Hopefully I get them up soon. But all of these will be up very shortly. Hopefully they'll be up by the time you're looking at this. And then the rest will be up soon. All right, kids. Catch y'all on the flip side. Goodbye. Hit subscribe. Hit like.